Good evening, and thank you once again for joining us on Loose Ends. I'm Umar Sheikh.
I'm Faisal Qureshi.
Tania's
She's up. Where is Tania today?
No, she's not. She's too busy enjoying herself. She's in Rome, and I'm not going to give her any more attention than that. So,
But that's unfair. Why is she there?
sister's wedding.
All right.
Um,
So in her absence, are we talking about interesting things?
of course, we have to make it even better.
Yeah, make it.
Just recently, something that I've been pondering about that's not happening enough in Pakistan, and I think it deserves a lot more attention. Plus, I think it's a topic we need to gain more knowledge about. Therapy. It's a sensitive issue because we don't have enough facts on it, and that's something we are going to clarify and define today.
In addition to facts, I think it's also a subject which is quite taboo.
Absolutely. To help us this evening, I have some fabulous guests, and I'd like to introduce Ms. Nazim Mughal, who is a practicing counselor.
Practicing psychologist.
I'm sorry, I apologize. Practicing psychologist, and Samia Shoaib, who's a training counselor. Yeah. Just wanted to start off with a very basic question. What exactly is therapy?
Well, the best way to explain would be it's a systematic interaction between a counselor and a client. And when they interact, it's not just a social kind of an interaction. It's a relationship which is formed in a manner whereby the needs and the goals of the client are discussed with the therapist, so that they work within a framework, a psychological theoretical framework. So the outcome is, when they've discussed it and everything, it's like the therapist or the counselor discusses and moves into areas where they need to explore, reach out to the potential of the client, and they are able to come to it creates self-awareness. It creates a lot of, usually it happens that one is at a stuck position, and then when they go into counseling, it helps them come out. It's a very it's a relationship which is very special. There are no judgments there, and then you move forward with that. It depends on how long it will take, but it usually is very, it releases positive energy, and the client is able to move on.
So Nisaba, if I may ask, Pakistan is a very family-oriented society. We're not an individualistic society. We have tightly knit families, infrastructure, extended family support system. Historically, traditionally, that extended family has provided that guidance, support, and if I may say, the shoulder to lean on, and just someone to talk to. Doston ka system mein hamara friendship system is also such that people talk, not like the industrialized world where people have become individuals. So hasn't that served as a replacement for, if I may use the word, therapy?
There's a vast difference between, family. When you're talking about, talking to the family, it is, it's not counseling, because in counseling, the core condition is that you need to be judgment-free. Now, how can you be judgment-free in a family relationship? Because all relationships, like for a counselor to have a client, you can't have two relationships with the same client. I mean, if I want to, I can't see anyone from my family, because I have a baggage, they have a baggage, and we know about that.
Would that also go to obviously your
Yes.
friends or
For yes.
anyone
Yes.
who you even may say? Would you say it's anyone who would be your acquaintance also that you wouldn't be able to see?
Yes. Friends, people I know, like if they are my students, I can't take them in for counseling.
Okay.
Since आपने कहा counselor and client, you've used those two words. My first thought would be that such a counseling is needed for someone who actually has a problem. Is that true?
Could I answer that? Because I think there's a huge misconception that counseling is only for the mentally ill or people with very serious disorders. I mean, counseling is really for anyone who's looking to improve the quality of their life.
Yes.
And it can range from an eating disorder to obsessive compulsive disorder to something as simple as perfectionism. But the idea is that it's something that really can't hurt. It's done in the correct way.
उस केस में तो I would feel that the family and the extended siblings and relatives, older members of the family would do a better role. Am I?
No, it is very difficult for them to do this kind of work with, like when you know someone, it's very difficult to reach out to the real potential because you've already, in a way, decided about that person. You've already judged the person, so you can't give them the core condition for growth.
So what you're saying is just about everyone should at some point see a counselor.
It's a very healthy thing to do at times, and like when we are training to become counselors, we also undergo a process, and we go through that so that we ourselves are free from a lot of things, because to be of help, I mean, you can only give what you have. If you have some problems, it will be difficult to share.
Professor, I just want to address this issue of the family. Originally in tribal, feudal cultures, everything was dealt with, in-house. But now, I think in this society where we are at right now, there's a tremendous duplicity. People, tend to lead very different lives than they show to their families. There's, a lot of westernization. There's a huge generational gap. So families don't necessarily know their members as well as they think they do. Plus, as Naseem Mughal said, they don't have the objectivity
But my point
and confidentiality, which is a big issue because
It's a big issue.
the counseling relationship, the counselor-client, and we say client out of respect, not, we don't say patient because patient does have negative connotations.
Yeah,
and the kind of counseling that we've studied is humanistic, integrative counseling, which is very non-judgmental, and it's very much about creating a one-on-one relationship.
We use the word families have dealt with. I understand where there is a problem, where an individual has a problem, sure, a specialist needs to. That is not an argument. What I was understanding from what you were saying was that for character building, not character building, for personality building, for growth also you should see a counselor. That's where my question lies, not where there's a problem to be dealt with. That's a different discussion altogether. In a normal condition, are you suggesting that children or even teenagers, I'm just assuming that, should see a counselor at some point for just to find the right direction?
It's very much needed because I work with school, I work with the university, and at times, it really does. It really helps a lot if they come to the counselor. I mean, it's become. Now counseling has become so, it has really progressed so much that you'll be surprised. We run courses for math reduction anxiety programs.